Oh, it changed. Namaskaram, my dear friends. I am back again. Today I am going to talk about Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, and Vairagya. Because Vairagya comes after the balancing of the Ida, Pingala, and energy enters into Sushumna, hence Vairagya. So, Ida and Pingala, I never really understood what it was in the beginning, but I didn't really feel like I needed to understand it, so I just kind of let it go until, I noticed some things that somehow intrigues me and pulls me back to Ida and Pingala. So a lot of the drawings online shows like a shoelace like this of the Ida and Pingala going left and right before it goes up all the way to Sahasrar. And then the middle channel of energies is Sushumna. So a lot of the drawings I see is that when you look at the picture, the moon is on the right hand side, as we see it, the moon. And the sun is on the left hand side. However, Isha's logo with a triangle and a snake, you see it, the sun is actually on the right hand side. And the moon is on the left hand. So I don't know a lot about why it's that way. However, this is what I think. Because the right brain tends to be, as how I look at it, more of the feminine, more of the creative, intuition, feeling, emotional side of a person. And the left side is the logical, calculative, analytical. When you look at somebody and when that somebody is facing you, their right brain, you see it in their left. I think that's why Isha's logo shows the moon on the left and the sun on the right, because the logo is facing me. But in my experience, of course, the right side would be my Ida, the moon, and the left would be the Pingala, the sun. So let's talk about the cycles. Based on characteristics, Ida, feminine, Pingala, masculine, and also the Ida is portrayed to be influenced a lot by the moon. Hence, females have their cycles that is based on the moon's phases too, which is usually 28 days. Right now, mine seems to be longer, which is around 40 days. I don't know why. But it's interesting because I talked to somebody about this, like, actually, we do have our phases. And if you divide 28 by 4, if we just say we have 4 phases, because they say there's 4 phases of the moon, it's like 28 divided by 4 is 7. Technically a week. A woman changes its phases, characteristics, her mental state every week. And then it repeats again. Hence the cycle. But however, for a masculine, mostly men, their cycle is every day because Pingala is more associated with the sun. And the sun rises and sets every single day. So they have that one cycle every day. That's why it's interesting too. Because I notice within me, I do sense the shift in my state a few days at a time. So there are stages where I actually really feel more vibrant than normal, and there are days where I feel not as vibrant as I was before, and then the other 2 phases are probably in between. Someone had mentioned it. Think of it as like the seasons, like spring, summer, fall, and winter. It kind of somehow makes sense too, as the earth is experiencing it in longer phases than a human being is. It probably has really similar qualities too. Spring is in preparation for fertility, which is summer. So those 2 phases, there's like a slow upsurge of exuberance and vitality and energy. And when summer's over, there's like a slow decline of energy, and it goes into fall, then hibernation into winter. And then it starts over again. See, oh my God, you guys. More than just a coincidence. And for the males, every day I sense this pattern. Actually, I notice too with my partner, because every morning when he wakes up, maybe that's his springtime, and throughout the day, like during the middle of the day, that's where he gets like really full of energy. He does a lot of things, and then sometimes he gets a little mean sometimes, but just the burst of energy comes throughout the day, and it slowly declines, and he becomes really nice and sweet towards the end of the day. And I really notice this cycle of his. So yeah, cycles of the masculine and feminine, closely related to the sun and the moon. Now let's talk about Sushumna. As Sadhguru said, most of the sadhana is designed so that energy will enter the middle channels, the Sushumna, because As much as Ida and Pingala tries to balance our everyday life, but there's still that constant movement of left and right, of feminine and masculine to balance it. But if energy goes in the middle, there's more stability in it. And because I have been doing a lot of sadhana every single day, I don't know how it feels to have energy in the Sushumna, but I just feel like I am really experiencing states of Vairagya. Vairagya, 2 words, Vairag means no, or colorless, or clear, transparent. Raga is color, so no color, transparent. Basically no attribute. But because it's transparent, I can be whatever I want to be given a situation. For instance, let me share with you some experiences I had at work, of course. Because that's where I spend most of my days. So as a leader of a company, as a commander, I talk to other fellow commanders too. And during our meetings, we usually complain about work, about the things that are so challenging, dealing with people, dealing with issues, blah, 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 blah. And I have a friend that's actually from New York. He would call me from time to time just to vent. And he would say like, oh my God, these people are so stupid with their decision making. And it's funny because when I hear his stories, I'm like, okay, like there are some situations where I've experienced the same things or the same situations as he had. But because of the size of my company, which is usually 2 or 3 times the size of a normal company, the occurrence of these issues is more than others. Let's just say I have more instances of issue than other companies. So, I listen to my friends about their complaints, about the troubles they have at work, and the things that they have to deal with. I kind of tend to look back and realize, my God, it's actually Vairagya. Because in a given situation, I rarely panic these days. I rarely panic. I look at the situation. I think about what's the best thing to do. Think about who I need to talk to. Think about the resources I need to reach out to. And then step by step, I just know how to figure out and solve the issue. It's like that simple. Granted, if I was my old self, I would probably go hee-haw, go back and forth, a lot of crying, a lot of drama. Because maybe that was my Ida and Pingala trying to balance me. But because right now, there's a better foundation where my Sushumna is robust and full of energy, I don't need to rely on my Ida and Pingala balancing itself. But because Sushumna is there, Sushumna is present, is present, I can be in a state of Vairagya. Where no matter the situation, I can be what I need to be to address the situation. It's very interesting. And I know there's a sense of confidence in me. I've even told my partner, like, I really don't care about what situation will come because I know for a fact I can handle it. No matter what it is, I know I can handle it. So it's more like, sure, let the situation arise. The more the merrier. The more instances of issues and conflict that I could go through, the better for me, so I could resolve my karma. Then I could be on a fast track to spirituality. So all in all, you guys, because of the spiritual path and the happenings in my life are faster than normal to like cross off all the karma that I need to finish. But because of sadhana and that I have developed a very, very solid foundation, I am so fearless to face anything because I can be in a state of Vairagya. And I just can be what I need to be. No, really, you guys. Such a wonderful life. I'm on a fast pace right now. At least faster than how I experienced it before. And nothing has faced me because I know Sadhguru has always been there. In His grace, in His presence, wherever I am. No matter the time of the day, He has always been present. Namaskaram. I hope you all get to experience what I experienced, for it is very, very profound, very, very divine. And this is what I would live for if I had to live another life. Namaskaram. Until next time, you guys, I hope you experience the states of Vairagya. Bye-bye.